Good Thursday to you, everyone. Today, we bring up our regular Thursday feature, 5 games, 5 questions. Again, a very simple concept. I have a question about 5 games on the schedule, the college football schedule for this week. Watch it, love it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and here we go. Question number 1. Can Vandy once again take advantage of a suspect Alabama run defense? One of the biggest Achilles heels of Kane Wommack's defense since he arrived in Tuscaloosa has been stopping the run. Last season, the Tide were 11th in the SEC in rushing yards allowed, giving up nearly 138 per game. This season has been even worse, allowing just over 160. 2 teams, Florida State and Georgia, have eclipsed the 225 mark. The Commodores are second in the SEC in rushing offense at 223.4 yards per game. The biggest issue has been allowing big plays on outside runs and overcommitting on misdirection plays. The game plan for Vanderbilt will be playing keep away, as they are second in the league in time of possession. If Clark Lea's team could run the ball and shorten the game, then the Commodores beating Bama in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1955 to 1956 is a possibility that Tide fans cannot dismiss. Question number 2. Can the Gators make just enough offensive plays to pull off the upset? Yeah, the Gators' offense has been bad, really bad, and it has cost them. Turnovers versus LSU. No passing game versus Miami. Costly penalties time and again. And on third down, converting less than 30% for the season. And now they face a team that is second in the nation in scoring defense and 4th in total defense. However, there are some things to look at that might give Gator Nation a bit of hope. The offense has made some big plays. Unfortunately, a lot of them have been called back on penalties, including a number of touchdown plays. But the big play potential has been seen. Also, the Gators could get a bit of a spark on offense, as highly touted freshman wide receiver Dallas Wilson is expected to make his season debut versus the Longhorns. Wilson suffered a left foot injury in training camp, and it will be a tall order to expect the freshman to make an immediate impact, but having another potential playmaker is never a bad thing, especially for an offense that is in dire need of one. And yes, while the Texas defense has been fierce, they haven't played a P4 team since week 1, so they've been feasting on some pretty inept competition. And the game is in Gainesville, where Arch Manning will be making his first conference road start. With the way the Gator defense has been playing, it might not take a display of offensive fireworks while the upset, but the question is, can they even create enough sparks to get it done? Our next question, will the Florida State rushing attack meet a defensive front that they cannot push around? Currently, the Seminoles are second in the nation in rushing offense, averaging a little over 336 yards per game. Now, yes, they faced a couple of cupcakes putting up those gaudy numbers, but even versus P4 competition, Mike Norville's team is averaging 243 yards per game, which is third in the country in that metric. Even last week's loss to Virginia, they put up 256 yards on the ground. In other words, no matter the competition, running the ball has not been an issue. This Saturday, however, the Noles face a Miami team with a stout running defense. The Canes are 8th in the country against the run, only giving up around 76 yards per game. Versus Notre Dame, South Florida, and Florida, they only gave up 2.8 yards per carry. To keep the crowd into it, Florida State has to be able to run the ball and control the tempo. If not, there's a good possibility they will fall to 0-2 in ACC play. Our next question, can Houston keep up? One of the biggest games of the week in terms of conference races will see 2 undefeated teams go to battle in Houston as the Cougars host Texas Tech. Both teams have been playing really well on defense, with each ranking in the top 15 nationally in scoring defense, top 20 in total defense, and top 15 versus the pass. However, the Red Raiders have been a force on offense as well, as the top passing team in the nation in terms of yards per game, ranking 2nd in total offense and points per game. Houston, while not bad, has yet to come close to that kind of production. Even at home, it will be a huge challenge for the Cougar offense to keep up, especially the way the Red Raider defense has been performing. And our final question, who showed some signs of life in Chapel Hill? What other question can you ask in a game featuring 2 teams that have been huge disappointments? Clemson is 1-3 for the first time in 2 decades, and North Carolina, they are 2-2, but those wins have been against Charlotte and Richmond, and the 2 losses, TCU and UCF, by a combined score of 82-23. Both fan bases are grumbling, and both teams need a win badly. The issues are numerous. Preseason Heisman hopeful Tiger quarterback Cade Klubnik has only 6 touchdown passes compared to 4 interceptions, and is only completing right at 60% of his passes, which is 16th in the ACC, 99th in the country. For North Carolina, it's just been inept offensively all around as they rank 15th in the league in scoring at 21 points per game and dead last in total offense. This is pretty much a must-win for both teams. Who shows up actually looking like they want to play might get that win. So those are my 5 games, 5 questions for this week. Can Vanderbilt once again take advantage of a suspect Alabama run defense? Can the Gators make enough offensive plays to pull off the upset versus Texas? Will Florida State's rushing attack finally meet a defensive front that can't push around as they take on Miami? Can the Houston offense keep up with Texas Tech? And who shows some signs of life in Chapel Hill in the matchup between Clemson and North Carolina? Let me know what you think about these questions. What questions do you have? Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and have a great day.